is Kaushiki Kamboj. I have completed my graduation from Visvesvaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur. I am a 2020 graduate and I have secured a rank of 7 in GATE this year and score 854. This was actually my second attempt at GATE. Last year I had prepared for GATE and appeared for it, and I got a rank of 135 and a score of 67, which was not enough to get into IIT. So I decided on preparing for it again. So last year I started my preparation. For starting my preparation, I joined CAREERAVENUES test series. So this year, I think I started my preparation from October. I first of all thoroughly revised everything I had done previous year, my notes, and after completing that, all the questions which had already appeared in GATE in all the previous year question papers, I started CAREERAVENUES test series, I think in December. So I started with the sectional tests. There were almost 90 sectional tests. I went through all of them very thoroughly, and I believe that um, going through the previous question papers is something that any aspirant is going to do for getting a good score in GATE. But then to get an edge above the other aspirants, you need to do something extra. And you need to have more knowledge than the other aspirants. You need to do extra things which have all not previously appeared in GATE. So here, CAREERAVENUE test series helped me a lot. And the one thing that I liked a lot about the series was that there were very less questions which had already appeared in GATE, which were already taken from previous year papers. And most of the questions were completely new to me. So they were giving me all the extra knowledge that I needed to get a better score and get an edge over the other aspirants.
Okay.
So in December, I completed the test series and completed the sectional test. And then from December and January, there were mock tests. I think there were 8 mock tests. I appeared for 6 of them. And in January, I revised the entire syllabus very thoroughly, all the notes that I had prepared and the sectional tests that I had given. Last year when I was preparing for GATE, so actually after graduating in 2022, there came the COVID lockdown, so I went home and I was solely preparing for GATE at that time. But this year when I started my preparation, I was working as a junior architect side by side. So of course it was not easy to manage time, but then it is not impossible. So you just need to figure out your time window in which you are most productive. So you need to trial and test that every person, it is different for every person, right? So for example, for me in the starting, what I tried was my office timings were 10 to 6:30. So I came home after my office. I tried to study a bit. After that, I had my dinner, I went to sleep, and then I tried to wake up early in the morning and study. But then it did not work out for me that well because I'm not an early riser. I have never been. So later, what I tried was I came from my office at 6:30. I After a while, at around 8 o'clock, I went to sleep. I used to wake up at 2 o'clock, and then I used to have my dinner. And then I had a very fresh mind and a lot of productive hours. So that was the time window that suited me the most. So I think if you have flexibility in your work hours, that is well and good. But if you don't, then you need to figure out a time window that would work for you. I never used to wake up in the morning. I always used to study at night. So that is the kind of habit I had. So this time I just needed to figure out how to fit that in my schedule. I did not dwell on that a lot because for me, the only difference that I perceived it as was that there were, let's say, 10 or 20 questions Previously, they all used to come in one section, and this time they were divided in two sections, which did not matter a lot because the syllabus is the same. The amount of efforts you're going to have to put for your preparation is going to be the same. You don't have to put any extra efforts to tackle that section. I would say that for both theory and numerical questions, first of all, you should focus on the questions which have already appeared in GREAT in the previous question papers very thoroughly. So go through all the formulae that have already come, all the types of numericals which have already come, and all the types of theory which has already come. Now, to get you an edge over the other aspirants, you need to do something extra, which is test series, which will help you a lot. So for both of them, I would say like for numericals, GATE numericals, most of them are very to the point. Some of the numericals are there which are very repetitive, which come every single year, like PERT and CPM and reverberation time, those kind of numericals. So any other aspirant will be able to do that. So after making sure that you know all of them, you should focus on the questions and theory which has not come before. So you should like in career revenue sectional test series, there are a lot of numericals which were very new to me, which I had not come across before, and the formulae which I had not come across before. So what I did was I had maintained a notebook in which I had written down all the formulae that I have ever come across. And after that, I had maintained that notebook and written down everything, the extra information like architects and their works, and landscape architects, and structural systems, like which kind of building has what type of a structural system, all of that. So it is very easy for and convenient for you to revise, go through it. And numericals are a very scoring part in GATE exam. So I would say that practice as many numericals as you can, make sure that you have the formulas by heart, and in spite of that, there will be one or two questions which will be completely new, which we have never seen. Even this year, there were a few, one or two questions which I was not able to solve. But then I guess that is okay. As long as you are putting your maximum efforts, doing as much as you can, it is enough. From my school days to this date, I believe that the number of hours that you study do not matter. I believe that you should be more goal oriented rather than being time oriented. So that is because every person's speed is different. I might be able to complete a topic in 6 hours, and some other person might be able to complete it in 10 hours. So I'll need 6 hours for that. He'll need 10 hours for that. Does not mean he's studying more than me. So I would say that overall for your preparation, you should come up with a schedule and a timeline. Like if you're starting from October, so what do you plan on doing in October? What do you plan on doing in November? And after that, after you have a complete timeline of the number of months that you're going to study and what all goals that you have to achieve monthly, you break it down to daily goals. Like this is the amount of study I'm going to do today. These are the number of topics that I have to do today, or these are the number of sectional tests that I have to do today. Like if you want to go, there are 90 sectional tests, right? And if you have to complete all of them in 1 month. So how many number of tests you'll have to do in one day? What is your speed? How will you be able to revise? I think it depends on person to person. That's the point. Like I consider myself to be a bit slow in grasping things, not exactly in grasping things, but in maybe in remembering things. So I would have to put in maybe 1 or 2 months extra than the other people to achieve the same rank. So it depends on person. To be honest, I was actually very calm during the exam and before the exam, which was because before the exam, I knew that I had studied a lot. I had gone through maximum things that I could possibly from. I had gone through everything from the previous year question papers and the theory related to that. I had gone through all the test series questions, all the extra knowledge. I had gone through the mock test questions, and I had revised everything by heart. So I had done everything which I could possibly do. So I knew that I was giving my best. So I was not very panicked. I was very calm because now whatever happens is going to happen, and this is my best. I couldn't have done better. So that was in my mind. Right. So I would say that for the last few days, they should focus on anything extra that you can do, any extra information that you can learn, any extra knowledge. For example, architects and their works, all the famous architects, the pictures of their works, and anything extra that you come across, for example, structural systems. So there is this Instagram page, Exam Assure, which helped me a bit. They have daily quizzes, so you can go through that and make sure that you have all the formulae by heart, because numericals are a very scoring point. So make sure that you have gone through maximum types of numericals that you can, and make sure that you have all the formulae by heart, and you don't lose any marks on the type of questions which have already appeared in GATE and any theory related to that, right? Because those are the scoring ones. So make sure that you have gone through everything you have very thoroughly, and you have all of it by heart, so that you don't lose marks on the theory or the numericals which you have already prepared. Lose marks on the kind of questions which you have never come across and which are completely new to you, and that's completely okay.